All right. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday night's webinar on lessons on resilience and how lessons or challenges can shape us to become who we ultimately want to be. My name's Ari Rogers. I'm the senior coach here at Coachology, a PCC certified ICF coach and NLP master coach. The topic tonight is on resilience. And, if you are joining us live, welcome. And if you're watching the replay, we hope you enjoy the replay and wished you were here. Some of the companies that we have worked with here at Coachology, multinational companies here in Thailand, the Asia Pacific region, and also globally. If you are in a corporate environment, you're looking to get your team certified or creating a coaching culture into it, we'll be sending out an email later with details, and everything you need will be in that email. As I was putting this webinar together, I was thinking who would benefit the most from this session. And if you're a leader or a professional navigating change in your personal or professional life or some kind of uncertainty, then you're definitely going to benefit from this. If you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, facing constant challenges in the setup of your business or the operating of your business, you'll also benefit. Coaches and facilitators, whether you're a life coach, an executive coach, a leadership coach, you're guiding others through some kind of change, a process of change, you're going to benefit from this. And anyone who's ready to develop their adaptability and growth, you will also benefit from this session. As we're going through this, if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask the questions, or you can just drop them into the chat box and I will answer them. Just had a chat come through, and it is from Shireen. Hello, Ari. Apologies, I can't actively participate. Driving back home and I'm listening. Thank you, Shireen, for being here and wishing you a safe drive home. What actually is resilience? So, as I was doing some research on the topic, there were a couple of definitions that popped up on the internet and also with ChatGPT and through dictionaries. And this is the one that resonated with me most. Resilience is the ability to recover, adapt, and grow strong in the face of adversity or some kind of challenge that you're experiencing. Resilience is adaptability. Are you able to adapt to the current challenge that you're experiencing? A really, really great example of this was COVID, right? Does anyone remember COVID, that thing that happened 3 or 4 years ago? The businesses that were able to adapt actually thrived, right? The businesses that couldn't adapt or show resilience, unfortunately, didn't do so well. Resilience is also emotional agility. That's a big word. Basically, it's just experiencing the negative emotion that you're feeling at that moment, experience it in the fullest, process it into something more empowering. Resilience is also purpose. After you've experienced some kind of setback or adversity or challenge, how do you realign your life compass and walk into that direction or your ultimate purpose? Resilience isn't about avoiding pain, right? It's about integrating the pain and the lessons from that experience. And as we're going through tonight's webinar, I want to share with you a couple of my life lessons, right? One, because I hope you'll be able to relate to some of it. And potentially, some of the lessons that I got will help you to overcome a potential challenge that you're experiencing in your life. So this is life lesson number one, and it's called belonging beyond origins. So I technically grew up not knowing where I came from. So when I was 2 months old, I was adopted from Japan into a family with my mum was from Scotland and my dad was from England. So there was a multicultural background there. I grew up not knowing where I came from, and I spent years of my youth, my teenage years, my early adult life feeling like I didn't belong, right? I just had this sense that I didn't belong to anywhere. And it really, really created this disconnect in me. And it actually manifests and shaped way into my early adult life. And it wasn't until I was around 29 years old, it's quite a long time, right, to hold on to that feeling of not belonging. And it was through a coaching session that I had. Me as a coachee, and I was working with a coach, my mentor, and it was through that coaching session that I realized that belonging isn't about bloodlines or geography or where we come from, right? It's about connecting to yourself, your purpose, and to humanity as a whole. And it wasn't until that session that I didn't gain the lessons from this challenge that I experienced throughout my youth. When I stopped trying to fit in or people please or manipulate a situation where I felt like I could fit in, I actually found something deeper, right? I became universal. And that was the lesson that I got out from that coaching session. And to me, to be universal was I can connect to people from different cultures, from different upbringings. I can build rapport with people from all walks of life. So I took that adverse event that happened, experienced the challenge, had years and years of disconnect, of people pleasing, of not wanting to fit in, to eventually process that, to build some resilience and to learn that, I am universal, right? True belonging doesn't come from where you came from. And this was the other lesson. It comes from knowing who you are. There is this universal struggle out there, right? And it happens to all of us. We all go through moments of challenge in our lives, whether it's stress, emotional stress, loss of a loved one, a loss of a relationship, a loss of a career, or some kind of uncertainty that we're trying to navigate. And resilience begins when we stop asking ourselves these disempowering questions, right? Questions such as, why me? Something I did for 29 years. Questions such as, why does this always happen to me? Why do challenges always happen to me? Why do negative experiences always happen to me? Life is unfair. This is what I always told myself. Or nothing is good about this situation. So if we're constantly asking ourselves these disempowering questions or affiliating our lives with these disempowering statements, resilience actually stops. And resilience begins when we actually start asking ourselves empowering questions, such as, what is this event or experience teaching me? What is good about this? Right? It's a beautiful question to ask yourself. And most people, including myself, when I'm going through a negative experience and I ask myself, what is good about this? I usually say nothing. So I ask myself the second question, what could be good about this? Right? And really, really emphasizing the could because it provokes a possibility when I ask myself that question. Right? So we need to stop asking ourselves the disempowering questions and let resilience begin when we ask empowering questions. So what if, right? What if, and this is a big, big, big what if, life is always happening for you and not to you. It's a beautiful quote by Tony Robbins, one of the best coaches and trainers out there. And he believes that life is happening for you, not to you. So every single event that's happened to you in life is happening for you, right? Every event, every event is neutral in life. It's just a meaning or attachment that reframes it as positive or negative. So when I think of that, life is always happening for you, and I put it into the context of that life lesson of adoption, it's yeah, that that adoption is happening for me. And I only realized this when I was 29 years old. There's a book written by another very famous lady called Caroline Myss, and she wrote the book Sacred Contracts, right? It's look, I don't claim to know how the universe works or but she talks about this bus stop conversation in her book. And it's before we're brought into this existence of life, what if your consciousness or your spirit before you came into the world had this bus stop conversation with the creator and said, I want to live a life and experience what it's like to go through a negative challenge, to go through what it's like to feel like no sense of belonging. That quick reframe just helps change things a little bit from this negative to this positive experience. So just food for thought. Life is always happening for you and not to you. If you are going through some kind of uncertainty or adversity or challenge at the moment, just want to share three keys that may help switch that adversity into a breakthrough for you. And the first one is that every obstacle or every challenge carries an hidden opportunity for growth. The second one, pain becomes purpose when we pause, we acknowledge it, and we learn from it. And the third one, breakdowns are often breakthroughs in disguise, right? We may not see it in that moment. And, in my experience, it took 29 years to experience it. Breakdowns or adversity are blessings or breakthroughs in disguise. I want to hear from you guys now. What challenge made you stronger than before? Please feel free to unmute yourself or pop it into the chat box. What challenge that you've experienced in your life made you stronger than before? Take a minute to think about it. All right. Well, please feel free to pop it into the chat box and I'll move on and we can come back to it into the next slide. I didn't know this, and apparently there's science behind resilience. And I didn't know it until I actually did the research on it and put this PowerPoint together. The science is backed by neuroscience, right? We have our brain, and our brain is divided up into three different elements. We have our logical side, our emotional side, and also our instinct. Resilience is biological, and your brain rewires through lived experience, right? The executive brain, or the logical part of the brain, plans and leads with purpose. The emotional brain creates meaning in our lives or attachment to the experience that we are going through. And I'm sure most of you have heard about this. The survival brain reacts to threat, responsible for our flight, fight, freeze, or flop response. And this is where the interesting part comes in. I'm just going to hide this floating bar here. Okay. Yeah, so we have our three parts, logical, emotional, and instinct. And the interesting part is that when the emotional part of our brain and the logical or executive part of the brain are integrated, it builds resilience, right? So when we're going through this experience or this challenge or this adversity, we have an emotional response to it. And we integrate that with purpose through our logical part of our brain, and it builds resilience. So we want to always reframe these experiences to have a positive and empowering emotional response and connect it to some kind of purpose that's going to help us in the direction that we want to go in life. The three pillars of resilience. And I put this together just based on that life lesson number one. And I kind of re-engineered it and thought, how did I get to that place of resilience through that experience? The first part was to be aware. Yes, it did take me 29 years, and sometimes I did need a coach to be that detached observer to recognize that I had an emotional response to this event. And through that, I was able to create awareness that, yeah, I was feeling angry about being adopted, and I was hurt as well. I had to come to some kind of place of acceptance, right? To release resistance and release any form of judgment about this experience. And the third part was to take intentional steps forward, and they can be baby steps at the start, but always in a forward direction, right? So step number one is awareness, awareness of the emotions and the response, acceptance of what's happened to release any form of judgment, and then the action to take intentional steps forward into the future. The awareness helps open the doors to resilience, right? The acceptant part keeps that door open so that we can walk into it. And through action, we're able to walk through from that point of challenge through into resilience. And true resilience comes from conscious practice and not avoidance of the pain, not avoidance of the pain or the experience. Viktor Frankl, some of you may know who he is. He wrote a beautiful book called Man's Search for Meaning. Uh, he wa- it's about his experience as a Holocaust survivor in World War II. He was in a concentration camp. He's a psychologist as well. And even though he experienced the worst of human atrocities, he was still able to find purpose and peace in that experience, right? And in the book, he talks about this quote of between stimulus or some kind of event happening to us in life, there's a response. Most often, there's an experience that happens and people will react, right? What we want to do is create some kind of space so that we can respond. In this space here is our power to choose our response, and in our response lies our growth and our freedom. Life lesson number two, walking away to realign. So this event happened, gosh, in 2019, so not too far away. I was working in a career that wasn't aligned to my truth. based upon how the company was operating, the direction that it was going. It just didn't align with my values and where I wanted to be in life. I didn't think of it at that time like that. On paper, it looked like loss, and it eventually gave me freedom and a sense of peace. And I'll give you a little bit of context. The job included a high salary. It included stability, right? Financial stability. My daughter was born a couple months earlier, so I really, really did need that stability in my life. I had accommodation paid for, transport allowance, on paper, it looked like the dream job. But what it didn't do, it didn't align with my values. So walking away from it gave me freedom. It gave me peace. At that point of time, I didn't realize I had a choice. However, walking away from it led me to what really, really fills up my cup nowadays, and that's coaching and helping others to grow. Real resilience, and this is the lesson that I got from this event, and I was able to uncover this lesson because of a coaching session. Real resilience is not endurance, it's alignment with who you are and who you want to be in life. I learned that peace is more valuable than position or title or anything, right? Without peace of mind for me, nothing else can flow. And sometimes the bravest thing that you can do is walk away, whether it's walking away from a relationship, walking away from a career, walking away from a decision, right? If it doesn't align with your truth or gives you freedom and peace, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk. So back to the three pillars, the first step of awareness is to recognize your emotions and your response. As I said with life lesson number one, I had a response of anger and hurt, and I wasn't yet aware of it. So you need to be able to recognize the emotion, recognize the response that's constantly happening or the pattern, and just observe it without any form of judgment. If we're not aware of it, we can't change it. So the key there is to be aware. Pause for a moment. Notice what emotions are coming up, what response is coming up, name them, and then learn, right? Sometimes it is challenging if we've been in the pattern for such a long time to be able to recognize it within ourselves, right? That's why coaching is such a beautiful strategy to help become aware of patterns. Sometimes you need that detached observer because when we're in it, it's hard to become aware. Yeah, so identify any patterns of thought, behaviors, and emotions that you have towards that event. And awareness creates choice, right? With that, walking away from that career and life lesson number two, leading up to it, I didn't realize I had a choice. So when I became aware of it, I had that choice, and that choice creates change and took me to where I am today. Pillar two, acceptance. Acceptance and release resistance and any form of judgment. Acceptance of the situation or the experience exactly the way it's meant to be. Acceptance is not weakness, it's emotional intelligence. Stop fighting reality and start flowing with what is. When we're constantly trying to fight it or have some kind of resistance to it, acceptance doesn't flow. And as soon as we can come to that point of acceptance, magical things can happen. You can reframe resistance or judgment into curiosity by asking yourself an empowering question such as, what is there here to teach me? What's the lesson in this experience? What could be good about this experience? The sooner we let go of control, the more open we are to growth. And finally, rejection can become redirection. Pillar number three, action, right? So we've become aware, we've accepted without any form of action, the lessons that we get from the experience just disappear. So we need to be able to create some kind of measurable actions to take intentional steps forward. And true resilience lies in what do we decide to do next with this lesson or this new awareness? And we have a framework. It's called the AIM framework. AIM, acknowledge the reality for what it is, identify the lessons from the experience, and then move forward with intention, right? Aim for resilience and do it through the AIM framework. Baby steps today ultimately lead to massive shifts tomorrow, right? Small steps, daily micro steps will lead to massive shifts tomorrow. The wheel of resilience. So these are just some daily micro habits that you can implement into your life for building resilience. And of course, if you do have any other extras or you're doing something else to help build resilience, please do pop it into the chat box and we would love to hear it. The first one is gratitude journaling or a gratitude list each morning, right? Sometimes when we're caught up in a negative experience, we can forget to be grateful for what we have, right? And sometimes we just need to keep it really simple, right? I'm grateful for a job I have today. I'm grateful that I'm in a loving relationship. I'm grateful that there's a roof over my head. When we adopt some kind of attitude, an attitude of gratitude, we're able to flip things um, and create this resilience that we need to move through. A daily reflection or a daily journal at the end of the day, allowing yourself to observe without judgment what went well, some suggestions that you would do for improvement, and what do you want to take forward into tomorrow. A grounding practice, whether that's going out for a walk, right? Engaging in a hobby that keeps you grounded. Connection and community to people that share a common interest, right? They can be book clubs, they can be networking place, they can be support groups, any kind of community that's serving you to help you become who you want to be. By all means, engage in it. Taking mindful moments, right? Especially if you're working throughout the day and if you've had a productive day and it's been quite busy, take 5 minutes just to recenter yourself or get grounded again, get present. Meditation practice is also another way for building resilience and something you can track as daily micro habits. Digital discipline, something that I'm working on at the moment is, with the world that we live in, there's constant alerts going off, there's social media. So just being a little bit disciplined about digital stuff, putting the phone away at 9 o'clock, putting it away from the bedside table, something I'm trying to do at the moment, and I believe will help build resilience. Positive self-talk or affirmations, or if you've been to our NLP training, an incantation can definitely help build resilience and is one way to lock it in. And then an emotional check-in as well, every now and then with a friend, with a coach, with a therapist, any way just to check in where you're at emotionally. right? And of course, this is all done without any form of judgment. And growth mindset and resilience, turning setbacks into stepping stones. So if you have experienced some kind of step back, some kind of adversity or challenge in your life, you can transform that into resilience by just taking baby steps. And the first thing to keep in mind is this fixed versus a growth mindset, right? A fixed mindset will keep resilience away, whereas a growth mindset is going to help you build resilience. Yeah, the fixed, it avoids challenges, it avoids the pain, it adopts this attitude that I can't do this. Whereas a growth mindset learns from challenges, and adopts the attitude that, yeah, perhaps I can't do this yet, or I will learn how to do this, or I can overcome this. Failure on one side, feedback, we do something with that feedback, automatically leads to growth, right? If we've had some kind of experience, we get some feedback about it. If we don't do anything with that feedback, we're just going back into that feedback failure loop. So failure, feedback, do something with the feedback will help you move through. Every mistake is information, not identity. Growth begins the moment you stay curious instead of critical. And then you can do some mindset reframes, right? It's just reframing experiences. I failed. What could be good about that? I learned. This is hard. If you reframe it, ask yourself the empowering question, this is how I grow. I can't do this. Reframe it again. I can figure this out. And yeah, I love this. Resilience is the bridge between who you are at the moment and who you can become or who you want to become. And if you are interested in developing resilience and building that bridge between who you currently are and who you want to become, one of the best ways to do that is through NLP, Neuro Linguistics Programming. Here at Coachology, it's one of our flagship public programs. It's a 4-in-1 certification. You'll learn different things such as timeline therapy, communication strategies, how to build rapport with people, how to upgrade your operating system. It's coming up on the 15th to the 19th of November in Bangkok. The regular investment is 69,900 Thai baht. We did have an early bird investment, and we have extended that until Friday this week. It's 50,000 Thai baht for payment in full, or 11,000 split over 5 months. An email will be coming out later with all the details, the brochure. If you are interested, we would love to have you join. Some of the benefits, you'll get better self-awareness of who you are, how you communicate with the world. Your mental health will be improved by releasing these negative emotions that we have been holding onto through timeline therapy. Communication, gosh, you're going to learn over 20 different communication strategies that are going to help you influence to create win-win scenarios. Emotional intelligence will be improved. How quickly can you feel the negative emotion, process it, and transform it into something empowering? You'll gain massive personal and professional growth. And then finally, you'll have improved relationships, professionally and also personally. We also have our ICF Leadership Coaching Certification coming up actually next weekend in KL, Malaysia. And we'll also be running it in Bangkok on the 22nd to the 23rd of November. It's facilitated by Coach Luke and Coach Christy, who are master certified ICF coaches. I think it's quite rare nowadays for having an institute to have two MCC coaches facilitating an ICF coach training. Gosh, together they have over 25,000 hours of professional coaching experience. It's actually the first training that I did as a student of coachology. It allowed me to become more confident in my coaching. I learned about the ICF core competencies, ranging from demonstrating ethical practice, embodying a coaching mindset. I learned about the code of ethics. I learned two powerful coaching frameworks that I could use. The support was awesome. Regular investment, 69,900. The webinar investment, 55,000 Thai baht for payment in full, or 11,980 over 5 months. So yeah, if you do want to come, NLP or ICF, an email is going to be coming out later with all the details. Just checking the time now. It's 6:42 here in Thailand. If we haven't already connected before on LinkedIn, here is my QR code. You can scan it and we can connect. That's it for the PowerPoint today. I'm going to stop sharing now and address any questions that came in during the webinar. And if you want to ask any questions or chit chat or talk about anything, please feel free to unmute yourself and let's do a quick debrief. Oh, I see Yuanjun on the call. How you doing, Yuanjun?
Hello, hi. I'm good, I'm good.
Yes,
Yeah,
good to see you. Good to see you.
yeah.
What was a moment in your life that helped shape you become who you are today?
The moment of my life. Uh, I would say when I start to set my goal
Yep.
and yes, yeah. And also the NLP after the NLP.
After the NLP training.
Yes.
Ah,
After the
okay.
NLP training. Yes.
Cool. It
Yeah.
gave you the awareness.
Yes. A lot of awareness and feel belonging.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Good to see you, Anjun. Who else do we have on? Inda. Good to see you, Inda. Thank you for joining. Oh, you're on mute, Inda.
Yeah, sorry. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. What was an event in your life that made you stronger as a result of going through it?
I think many events, yeah, many events, especially when I raised my two kids myself, then
Yep.
I keep depend my life on the from one company to another company, then I'm start questioning impossible that we always count our life to work for someone else.
Hmm.
I believe that we have something potential in ourselves. That's why I'm start searching for something, and that's uh and in the coachology.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Good to see you, Inda, and thank you for
good
sharing.
to see you. Thank you. Thank you.
I've
It
just had a
was
couple of messages come through. Yuan Jun, one thing come in my mind about the growth mindset is the power of yet
yeah.
by Carol Dweck. Do you mind to share a little bit about that?
It's like every time I want to complete something, right? I'm not good at mathematics or I'm not good in investing. But if you put the yet at the behind of the sentence, it turns like
Yeah,
I'm not good in investing yet. Means that it like pop up a lot of things that you can do possibility on over this investing learning. Yeah. The power of yet.
the power of yet. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like empowering,
Yeah.
essentially, like it's not happened yet.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. And it's a book as well, Yanjun?
I'm not sure. I watch it from a TED Talk.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Thank you for
Yeah. Not sure.
sharing that.
Yeah. Thank
I'll
you.
check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I had a question from Terry. Here's a question. How might one use resilience after multiple surgeries? Looking at physical recovery, acknowledging that recovery is not linear, and also that time feels like it stopped for those weeks of rest and recovery. Awesome question. Thank you, Terry. I'm going to throw it out to you guys. How might one use resilience after multiple surgeries? What do you think, Yuanjun?
Thinking.
Thinking? How about you, Inda?
Question is quite tough.
Sorry?
The question is quite tough. No idea.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking of one thing that's come to mind. Louise Hay. I don't know if anyone's familiar with her. Building resilience after multiple surgeries. One of the best ways is to process the emotion that the person is experiencing after having gone through the surgery or before the surgery. What was the challenge in the body, right? Um, Louise Hay talks about limiting beliefs, creating dis-ease in the body. So potentially one way is to work through the limiting belief. Another way is just to take those baby steps, right? Through physical therapy. I mean, I'm not I'm not in the health industry or a doctor. But yeah, I think one of the best ways would be to look at the limiting belief behind what caused the dis-ease within the body. PC has chimed in rather than physical aspects, it's the mental part. Think of your purpose, objectives of things you want to do soon as possible. Yes. Yeah, realign with the purpose, right? List down what you want to do and objectives that you want to tick off, and then do it as soon as possible. I think one way could be to work with a coach as well to help work through the mental aspects of it. Um, Ari, this is Alvin. Had problem with my laptop. Alvin, great to hear from you and to connect with you. Cool. All right, everyone. Well, I think that's it for this evening. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I hope something resonated and you were able to take something away. We're going to be back with some more webinars coming up, so please stay tuned. There'll be some more emails coming into your inbox with upcoming webinars.
Thank you.
Thank you again, and
Thank
look
you so
forward
much,
to
Ari.
seeing
Thank
you
you.
again or
Bye-bye. Good to
welcoming
see
you
you
to a
guys.
training soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.